Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy, and sorry for the delay of this anime review. As you all know, I'm still pretty busy here in California, but I'm here today to give you a review of the anime Glasslip. Now, Glasslip is a rather mundane slice-of-life anime with a sort of supernatural twist to it that follows a girl named Toko Fukami and her 4 friends as they deal with unrequited love, new encounters, especially with this new kid on the block named Kakaru, and a strange power that Toko possesses that she doesn't tell anybody about except for Kakaru, because apparently he has a similar power to her as well. It's not really explained, but that's basically what the anime is all about. Now, strangely, this anime was the most voted upon anime for me to watch and review for Bullshit Month. You guys voted in drones for me to check out Glasslip, and it got me pretty curious to see just how god-awful this anime could be. But the reason I say strangely is because after watching said anime, all I can say is I don't really understand where this massive hatred for Glasslip is coming from. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is a terrible anime, but compared to all the terrible animes I have seen in the past, this one is mild at best. But while I don't outright hate this anime, I do agree that it is pretty terrible. But unlike most bullshit animes that I've reviewed in the past, there are actually some good qualities to this anime. Like its beautiful animation done by PA Works. I mean, the animation is on point with lovely and serene backgrounds, great visuals, and solid character designs. Not to mention that there are many relatable themes throughout the entire anime, such as unrequited love and changes in the dynamic of friendships. Although I didn't much care for Yukinari as a character, I did relate and sympathize with his unrequited love dilemma. That was something that I've also experienced, and I could definitely see it through his perspective. As well as tackling and addressing the inevitable change in dynamic in a friendship. When one member of a friend's group starts liking another member of said group, the whole shift in the dynamic of the friendship is now altered as they start hanging out with each other, but they don't hang out with the entire friends group, or it can create awkward situations, elephants in the room, which is definitely shown throughout Glasslip. Like, Yukinara likes Toko, but Toko does not like Yukinara in that way. This creates a different, more complex, and awkward situation within this friends group. And to make it even more awkward, Yukinara's stepsister, Yanagi, has feelings for him. I really like that they showcased this in the anime. It made for some of the best dramatic moments, although I wish they could have explored it a little more, but we'll get to that real soon. The music in the anime isn't half bad either, a mix of classical music and modern day music. In fact, the ending theme is pretty catchy. I actually really enjoyed listening to it. And finally, the characters. Now, I know a lot of people found the characters to be very generic and cliche, but I actually liked a few of the characters in the anime. They had a certain charm to them. Toko was simple and innocent enough, nothing really harmful there, and she actually was given some development in the anime as well. Yukinara got some development, Yanagi got some development. My personal favorite couple in the entire anime was actually Sachi and Hiro. I just found them really cute and adorable, and their little bond that they had with each other was really well done. It's very subtle, it's very quiet, but I liked it. It was sweet. And my favorite character in the entire anime was Toko's little sister, Hina. I don't know what it is about this character, but she just had a sort of charm and intrigue to her. She actually had a really good personality. You get to learn about her a little bit, like she's part of a swim team, and she's very excitable. She really cares about her sister, and actually has a sort of unspoken bond with her sister that you see throughout the entire anime. But this character was just so interesting to me, and personally I wish she was the main character. Like, this character had more intrigue to her than any of the other characters in the entire anime. She should have been the main character. But oh well, that's the world we live in, right? But now, the moment you all been waiting for, the problems with this anime. The biggest issue with this anime, without question, was the lack of exploration from the characters to the story to the powers that Toko and Kakaru apparently had. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some characters that do get rather good development, but a majority of them are heavily lacking in crucial development to help us understand where the characters are coming from, where their feelings came from, and what is their connection with other characters. Not only that, but the anime fails to address even the simplest of things, like the friends group that we follow throughout the entire anime. how did this friends group come about? What is the dynamic between every member of the friends group? I mean, you have a clear dynamic with some of them, like Yanagi and Toko's relationship is very well defined, but you don't really understand what's the relationship between Hiro and Yukinara and Toko before he expressed his feelings, Toko and Hiro. You don't really know what is the dynamic of the friends group and how it all came about. Hell, if myself, yourself, that abomination could explore the origins of a friends group, why couldn't Glasslip? Another element dealing with the characters in this anime that they either fail to explain or explore, or I completely missed it because I wasn't paying attention or I straight up forgot about it. In fact, I missed this little bit of information throughout the entire anime. I had no clue until I looked up Glasslip on Wikipedia. And that little bit of information is the fact that Yanagi is actually the stepsister of Yukinari. I had no idea. I was so surprised when I read that on Wikipedia. I'm like, wait a minute, that they're actually siblings? I didn't know that at all. There were clear signs that they were siblings. I mean, they do live together after all. But I just thought like she lived with him because her family was away or some other reason. It's never really fully addressed in the anime. Either that or I just completely missed it. But I know a lot of you are probably going to say, oh, that means you hate it because it's an incestuous relationship. And I would say I hate it, but I really didn't care much for it. And honestly, I just discovered this now. And throughout the entire anime, I just never really felt that connection between them. At least, I didn't even feel a brother or sister connection. I felt nothing connecting them. But the fact that I had no clue what the dynamic of their relationship was in the anime just shows you how terribly they did at addressing some elements dealing with the characters. Or just proves how oblivious and stupid I am. I honestly can't tell anymore. But honestly, the biggest thing they failed to explain, which cripples the anime because it's a major plot point of the anime, was the special powers that Toko and Kakeru possessed. What exactly is their power? At first, Kakeru says that it's the power to see the future, and when both of them are together, they can see the future. But the problem with this is that each and every one of Toko's visions are not visions of the future because they never happen. They never come to fruition. Not to mention that by the end of the anime, Kakeru pulls a 180 and says, maybe our powers are not visions of the future, but just visions of something else. I don't know, maybe something. What do you think it is? The reason that this is such a major issue is because the anime spends so much time developing this power as visions of the future, only for it to pull a 180 and say that the visions are kind of meaningless. They have no point. When the anime was literally riding on the back of these visions. Some of these visions actually lead to some of the more dramatic elements of the anime. So basically, by saying that the visions are bullshit, they're saying that all the dramatic elements that happen due to those visions are also bullshit. And you all know how I feel about pointless melodrama. In my personal opinion, the powers that Toko and Kakeru possess aren't actually powers. They're just the characters' imaginations running wild and honestly serve no real point. It's totally unnecessary. This anime would have worked better without it. And as I think back to it now, the character of Kakeru is starting to seem a little bit messed up in the head and extremely creepy. I mean, with his lack of empathy, the fact that he can't express himself, the fact that he talks to himself, the fact that he spends most of his time in a tent and goes out and says that he has visions, I'm pretty sure that Kakeru is mentally unstable as a character. I don't know if that was the actual direction that they were trying to take, but that's what the character turned out to be. Hell, Toko might be mentally unstable as well. I mean, she freaking fell in love with the dude. The story of the anime is extremely unengaging and has no clear direction as to where the story is heading. But honestly, at the end of the day, guys, even though it had some great animation, explored some very interesting themes, and had some likable characters, overall, the entire experience just comes off as extremely forgettable. Nothing really sticks with you by the end of this anime, and that's why I'm going to give this anime a 2 out of 5 stars. It is an easily forgettable anime, and after the end of this review, I probably will never talk about Glasslip again. It may not be the worst anime I saw this year, but it definitely was one of the most forgettable. But anyway, what did you guys think of this anime? Is there anybody out there that actually found enjoyment with this anime and found it to be really interesting? Or were you like me and just found it really forgettable and dull? And let me know, who is the most mentally unstable character you have ever seen in an anime? Whether it was on purpose or by pure accident, comment below and let me know. And by the way, you like the way this shirt looks? Well, you can get your very own and support the Black Critic Guy by going to tpublic.com/BCGStore and buy yourself your very own BCG shirt. Stay tuned, I hope to review Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F real soon, and I am going to start watching Diabolic Lovers. Hopefully that one is actually pretty bad so I can give you what you all want to see, which is a rant video. But until those videos come, guys, if you'd like to see more videos here on the Black Critic Guy channel and be a part of the Black Critic crew, please hit that subscribe button below, like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm talking about the second, hopefully the not forgettable Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube.